Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7, Episode 11. The penultimate episode is here. I want to break it down. What's up, everybody? It's Josh. Welcome back to the channel. Use your force powers to smash that like button. Let's get right into this video. Yes, indeed, the penultimate episode of The Clone Wars is here. I did a breakdown earlier today on the morning stream. That's our live stream that we do over on our live streaming channel, Facebook and Twitch, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. You should really be there. And I clipped out sort of my first reaction and take from the episode. I think it's pretty good, so here it is for you right now. Spoiler warning, if you have not seen the most recent episode, Shattered, of Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7. This is Episode 11. It just happened, man, and it was wild. Once again, incredible episode. This last 4-episode arc looks to be mind-blowing, very, very good. High-quality stuff. Again, I just want to say, and I know there's people that feel differently about this, I was surprised at the number of people that chimed in on the last Clone Wars episode review talking about how much they love some of the filler episodes or some of the less than stellar episodes in the final season of the Clone Wars. Look, for my part, this final season of the Clone Wars didn't do it for me. Even with an incredible last arc, still no. Bad job, Disney. I feel like this was not a good final season for the Clone Wars. Having said that, of course, this last few episodes have been absolutely incredible, and I'm very grateful that they exist. A couple of things that jumped out to me as we went through the episode. First of all, at the beginning of the episode, apparently that is actually Sabines Bomb with Bo-Katan there. We thought maybe the lady in pink or purplish hair from the Maul's baddies or whatever was of Clan Ren. I think maybe still of Clan Ren, maybe Sabine's aunt or something like that. But that was apparently Sabine's mom. But more importantly, when they're transporting Maul, they have him in a device that Bo-Katan reveals is old. It's from the old Jedi Mandalorian Wars. And so we get yet again another little tease of the Jedi Mandalorian Wars. If you're anything like me, you're just waiting for that to be fully explored in canon. Novel, show, live action or animation, doesn't matter. I want to see it. So, of course, any little tease like that, I'm hypersensitive to those teases of the Jedi Mandalorian War. I thought that was really cool. They get Maul on board. They put him below. There's an introspective moment with Rex and with Ahsoka. Now, before that, of course, there's a nice little scene that's literally ripped right from Revenge of the Sith. And Ahsoka comes in and explains that, yes, they have Maul. She's trying to get a message to Anakin. Anakin's sent to the temple to reveal to the Chancellor that they have or that they have Dooku. Right? That they're going to end the war. No, it's not Dooku. They have Grievous. Sorry, Grievous escaped. They have Grievous. They've killed him. The war should be over. Okay? Now, that's a scene ripped right from Revenge of the Sith. And it's just so epic, again, to see how the Clone Wars has seamlessly tied itself into that canon. Now, when I see that scene in the prequels, I'll think to myself, wow, like literally right when they cut away, Ahsoka rolls in. You know? Really interesting stuff. But again, a lot of tension between, the Jedi Way, the Council, and Ahsoka. It's really cool stuff. Yoda being Yoda, but it amounts to really nothing. It doesn't really... I mean, he was there for her, I guess, a little bit, but he still allows all of these things to happen, right? I think he's still on the hook. Anyway, we go back and then they're in the ship, and there's this introspective moment between Rex and Ahsoka. Now, this was teased on social media before we get to this episode. It's a really cool moment, talking about the war. She's not supposed to be a soldier, but she's been a soldier in the Clone Wars since she was a Padawan. Rex and the clones feel weird about the war. A lot of them wish it didn't happen, but they wouldn't exist without it. There's a really cool moment where Ahsoka basically says, well, there's some good that has come out of it then, because the Republic couldn't have asked for better soldiers, and I couldn't have asked for a better friend. Foreshadowing. That moment will hang over what happens in the rest of the episode. It's really cool, man. It's really cool how it's set up. It's tragedy, right? If anything, the last couple, there's so much tragedy in these episodes, but it's really well done. Then there's a meeting, a debriefing, and literally Lord Sidious executes Order 66, and Ahsoka and Maul both feel it happening. And this is such a cool moment. They use clips from the actual Revenge of the Sith. The voice actor that does Anakin in the Clone Wars and Hayden Christensen are both credited in the credits. And so there's a combination of those two voices layered over top of each other, but it creates an incredible moment. And honestly, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this scene actually holds a little bit more emotion than even the scene from the movie. The scene in the movie doesn't have a lot of time to breathe. It all happens really quick. His turn is fast, and you really don't necessarily feel for Anakin that much because he's going dark side like super quick. It's such a fast heel turn. I think this was something that a lot of retractors of the prequels, and particularly of this moment in Star Wars, will tell you. That turn didn't do it for them. I honestly believe that the way it happens in this episode makes me feel for Anakin more. Maybe it's because it's through the lens of Ahsoka and she's been defending his honor this whole time and she just can't believe it or whatever. But I felt it, man. What have I done? It was really emotional. It was well done. Then she goes to confront Rex. Something horrible has happened with Anakin. She can feel it. And Rex turns on her. Wow. You know what's so crazy about that, too? The amount of memes that people made leading up to this episode where essentially the model of the meme was Sidious issues Order 66. Rex tells him to shove it. The amount of memes that were there about us being like, Rex ain't going to do it. He's probably got that inhibitor chip out. He's not going to turn on her. Can't wait to see the look on Sidious's face when he's all like, yo, Order 66. And Rex is like, no. Well, ironically, all those memes were wrong, but it made it all the more heartbreaking, and I could sort of feel the internet as though a million memers cried out when Rex turns on Ahsoka, man. It was crazy. It was bad. It was emotional. Man, she's really good at deflecting blaster bolts, too, I'll tell you that. Incredible animation. It's an incredible scene, man. She's getting blasted, and she escapes. You could see Rex struggling a little bit, too. But, I mean, he has the inhibitor chip. He's turned. So, Ahsoka goes and frees Maul. Really interesting. I thought they were going to team up. You know what I mean? I was thinking in my head, I was getting really excited. I was like, yo, Maul, Ahsoka team up. Here we go, baby. Woo! Doesn't happen. She instead, Peter Bailishes this whole thing. Chaos is a ladder. Go cause some chaos, Maul. And lets him roam free. And whoa, baby, does Maul cause some chaos. He's like, how about you give me a fighting chance, And she's like, I'm not even rooting for you, bro. That was cool. Again, I'm going to compare things that have happened in the films just because I just think that it's so crazy how good the show is. The scene at the end of Rogue One, where Vader goes nuts on those rebels, is crazy. It's such a great scene. It shows how powerful Vader is. It shows the fear in the rebels. It's almost straight up out of a horror movie. It's very well done. I would venture to say, and this maybe it's a little hyperbolic. I just saw the episode. It's really hyped for me. Maul using the panels of the floor and of the sides of the ship and fighting against the clone troopers as he just badassly walks towards them, decapitating them by using the floor panel to throw it at them with the Force, chopping heads. I'm going to say it. I think it's equally as badass as the Vader scene. I'm going to go, as soon as this live stream's on, I'm watching this shit again. That was awesome. Like, that was really cool. That was really cool, man. I quite enjoyed it. So then, as the chaos is a ladder, she sneaks into the place where all the droids are. And this is where I just gotta... Are we in a simulation? We just talked about these droids yesterday. We just made fun of the droid episodes from the Clone Wars, where George wanted to have all the droids hanging out, having an existential crisis. Those freaking droids, they play a super big role in this show, and they literally help her save the day. And at first I was like a little bit like, no way. I was like, you cheeky bastards. You cheeky bastards. But then I had to smile about it. It's Star Wars. It's just something about how goofy, how ridiculous, how absurd, and yet kind of poetic, you know, kind of contextual, kind of funny. It's Star Wars. You know, I found myself like just laughing at it, you know, doing the Palpatine meme, ironic. We just shit on these droids yesterday on the stream. Ironic. They saved the day. She's able to discover the inhibitor chip. She's able to access records to discover a report filed by Rex about Fives and what happened with him when his inhibitor chip went off early, and surgically remove the inhibitor chip. And then Rex tells Ahsoka it's the entire Grand Army of the Republic that are being controlled in order to kill the Jedi Order. Earlier in the episode, Maul, when he discovers it, is like, wow, brilliant. Genius. I had no idea, but that is brilliant. And now Ahsoka's left with that reality. I really don't even know what to expect in the next episode, but this was, you know, out of all the different scenarios and ways that this could have played out, where we knew Order 66 was going to happen again, and it happens, I thought this was a really cool way to do it with Ahsoka, still tying it into Revenge of the Sith. Now, I imagine what will happen next week will be something to the effect of Ahsoka hearing about Anakin's turn, not wanting to believe it, maybe even having some contact with Kenobi and the people left from the Jedi Order, maybe Yoda, and her and Rex and some more members of the 501st probably just escape and go their separate ways. Maybe something interesting with Maul as well. I don't know. But either way, like, this was, again, just such a brilliant episode, really emotional. Just fun, man. Just fun Star Wars. I couldn't rate it as high as the week before. I think the episode last week is some of the best Star Wars we've ever seen. This was not, but it was brilliant. It was brilliant. So, I don't know, guys. That's my breakdown. That's my thoughts. So that's the breakdown, folks. Let me know what you think about it. But real quick, a couple of things I noticed on my second viewing that were very interesting. Number one, there's like this tear that rolls down Rex's face as he's looking at Ahsoka and struggling. And he clearly says, find him, find Fives. He's saying something about Fives to Ahsoka in that moment, which pays off later when she searches through the archives and discovers the secret. So even then with the inhibitor chip, he's fighting against it. And he's just so strong-willed that he wants to save Ahsoka. It's really, really cool stuff, man. So look, overall, amazing episode. Very, very happy with what we've been getting with these last few episodes. The last arc here is very good. We will be getting that final episode on Monday. If you're watching this video, come on by, man. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time over on our live streaming channel Monday. We're going to be breaking down the episode, and then we're going to do a watch party together of the Mandalorian documentary. And honestly, we're going to then play some games, man. We're going to go over to Twitch and play some Battlefront with different people here at the channel and different people that watch the channel too. It's May the 4th. It's Star Wars Day. It's quarantine. We're going to do our best to enjoy that day together as a community. So I hope to see you there. And now let's shout out Alien. First of all, weird name, but All good. Yes, indeed, Queel is the name of the Ugnaught from the first season of The Mandalorian. So shout out to you, Alien. And now let's ask another nerd card question before we get out of here. I want to know, what is the name of the planet in which the characters of Star Wars Rebels find the clones, including Rex, in Star Wars Rebels? Answer that question in the comments section below. If you absolutely need more nerdy content in your life, click or tap over there to watch some more of our content, or check out the live streams every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time over on our live streaming channel. Like this video if you liked it, or if you want to take your support to the next level and join the list of awesome people you see below, check out our Patreon for some behind-the-scenes content. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.